Welcome to Questionable Law, guys. My name is Taylor Stahl.
My name's Carson Marsh.
I'm Sebastian Atashi.
And let's jump right into this recap because we have a lot to talk about today. So on the Gonzaga game, Seb, you wanna do that
Gonzaga
really
last
quick?
week, number 1 versus number 3. Gonzaga got the job done, showed they're still the best team in the nation. Jalen Suggs looking like the best freshman in the nation as well.
All right, cool. Okay, let's jump
we
into US.
hit that one. That was a dub for us. That was a dub.
Yeah, that was a dub for us. Unfortunately, USC was not a dub for us against Oregon. Big, huge, one of the worst L's, and it was kind of fortunate because USC had something they were fighting for, like they had something on the line, and Oregon really didn't. So it was kind of, Pac-12 championship, whatever, but playoffs were a question for us. So yeah, that was super unfortunate. Carson, do you have anything to say about that?
Yes, all of my Clay Helton, all of my praise. I take it back. I take it back completely. USC should not be playing in a bowl. I'm glad we opted out. We do not deserve to be in a bowl. Yeah, that's all I got to say. I don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah, let's step right into NFL because I don't want to talk about it either. Okay, Carson.
Big week in NFL, NBA. First game, Christmas, Vikings versus the Saints. Vikings are +7. The Saints are -330 on the money line. Over/under set at 51.5. Seb, after watching the Vikings kind of snake the Saints last year, a lot of people were saying Saints were going to go to the Super Bowl. I was one of them. They got snaked by the Vikings in the first round of the playoff. What do you think about this game, given that the Vikings defense is nowhere near what it was in the last 5 years? And I guess what it was last year either.
I think, like you said, nowhere near is the key there. Obviously, Saints didn't have a great week last week, but the Vikings have looked just pretty bad overall, both sides of the ball really the last couple weeks. +7, obviously a bigger number, and Vikings have talent, obviously, guys like Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins, not talented, didn't mean it like that, but Saints playing for a little bit more, obviously, so I'd like them to get revenge from last year's playoff and win this one.
I agree. I'm back at upset on everything.
-330. So I actually am gonna have to hit the under on this game at 51.5. I think the Saints last week did not. They looked like a team that shouldn't have covered that +3, even though they did. Drew Brees looked like he should have retired midway through the first quarter. Kind of had a refreshing little fourth quarter. But the Saints defense, I think, is the story of that team. The Vikings, they do have Dalvo, but they have no defense. We saw last week Justin Jefferson screaming at Kirk, like, throw the fucking damn ball, Kirk. Like, that, I think, is just reminiscent of where this Vikings team has been these last 5 years under Captain Kirk. I think the Saints win this one. I think it's a low scoring, somewhere between 21-7, something like that. Saints get revenge, and boom. I think that's yeah. We gotta lock that questionable lock. I'm gonna say under 51.5.
Is that your questionable lock of the week?
Yeah. I'll hit the 51.5. Although we do have a lot of NBA games, so I may have to throw on that.
Those are going to be very questionable.
There you go. Moving on to some Saturday night games for the NFL. Saturday NFL is back, I guess. 49ers versus Cardinals. 49ers are +5. The over-under is 48.5. Cardinals are -230. What do you guys like in this? Because I think I like 49ers with the points. Kind of sketchy. Cardinals almost lost the Eagles last week. What do you guys think?
Yeah, like you said, Cardinals, they've been in a lot of close games, and they haven't been able to get the job done even against these subpar teams like the Eagles. They did get it done last week. This is a huge one for them. Obviously, an in-division rival. +5, I think I'm going to lean with the Cardinals in this one just because I do think they can win by a touchdown. If it was +7, maybe a different story, but I trust Kyler Murray in that offense to get the job done.
I weirdly would compare the Cardinals right now to USC in the same position, to the fact that when they play these great teams, they somehow come out with the dub, and then they'll play these terrible teams and end up
play to the level of competition.
I'm scared that this is going to be one of those situations where the 49ers somehow come out with the dub or something. You know what I'm saying? Something crazy. I don't know what's going to happen. I probably would stay away from this game, but
that's not a bad call either.
Yeah,
those are good.
Staying away from a divisional game is never bad. Never
right. Right. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to take 49ers with the points. I think just the 49ers match up well against Cardinals. Furthering on, in Saturday, we have Dolphins versus Raiders. Dolphins are a -3. They got bet up from a -2.5 point favorite. They are -180 on the money line. The over-under is 47.5. I like the under. because I have too much invested in the Dolphins with my emotion, I'm going to have to probably stay away, but I probably will end up just throwing on the Dolphins because, why the fuck not? If the Dolphins win, our playoff hopes are still alive. A loss would certainly kill us. The Raiders don't really have anything going for them right now, being at 7-7. Last week, we talked a lot about Derek Carr over Justin Herbert. I think unanimously thought that if we were to have a team today in a win-now position, we would take Derek Carr. I was wrong. I think we were all wrong.
We were all wrong.
Justin Herbert is a franchise quarterback for the Chargers. Derek Carr, if he gets cut this year, the Raiders can save $20 million. They probably won't, though, because I don't know if they're going to get an upgrade. But I don't know if Gruden has something cooking. $20 million, it's a lot of money.
I think also just like having that conversation in the first place was weird because it was like experience versus potential, and like you just can't really compare those at their ages. Like we talked about that. Yeah, we talked about that. But like back to the Dolphins game. I mean, Carson, I'm kind of surprised you're taking the -3 for the Dolphins.
Are you surprised I'm taking it?
No,
you are. I thought you said you were just.
Well, I'm gonna take it. I would stay away if I was a normal bettor. I would probably stay away. The under would probably be enticing because this game, the Raiders defense. The Raiders barely have a defense. The Rob Marinelli took over for defensive coordinator 2 weeks ago. And he came out in his press conference saying, hit like a Raider. They were not hitting like a Raider last week. And why Gruden decided to kick the field goal in overtime instead of just running it in with Josh Jacobs is beyond me. I lost too much money on that game. In 2 plays, I think Herbert threw the ball, or Herbert drove the team down like 80 yards in like 2 plays, I think, with a bomb to who knows, but still. The Raiders got torched that game.
Yeah, so, I think Herbert played that game for us. He was like, "Oh, you think Carr's gonna do this? Okay, well, I got this."
I'm sure watch me. Yeah. But
I actually have to switch my over/under take. I actually think it will go over 47.5. Now that I think about it, I think that the Dolphins, when we play teams like this that don't really have a great defense and have like an actually decent scoring offense in the sense that Josh Jacobs can run the ball, literally like he can.
Derek Carr's competent. He can, he's solid.
Well, I don't know if Derek Carr's playing. Is the thing, Marcus. I think the game time decision. I assume he'll play because he pulled his groin or whatever. But Mariota looked great actually. Definitely some plays that he
little mobile look too. Different kind of look for your defense.
100%. But with a running quarterback, it was interesting to see how dynamic that Raiders offense could actually get. But moving on to the NBA, we have some 5 Christmas games. The NBA is back, even though it feels like last week. The Lakers.
It's like the preseason still.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first game, Heat Pelicans. Heat are basically 6-point favorites, -5.5. And the Pelicans are +194. What do you guys think? How do you think Zion and his squad match up against Jimmy, Tyler, all the boys?
I think that it's going to be very hard, disclaimer for this first couple weeks, especially the NBA season, to really figure out any of these games because like we saw with the Lakers last night, I mean, they were not even trying almost. They picked it up a little bit, but the teams like the Pelicans with all these young guys, all these guys that have more energy, weren't in the bubble. I mean, they were barely, but I like the Pelicans at +194 there. I do think the Heat are going to be a good regular season team. I don't think they're going to coast very much, but obviously with a lot of depth, they got young guys too. I just think -5.5, Pelicans are probably going to come out hungry for that Christmas Day game.
Taylor, are you taking any action on this or are you staying away?
I mean, I kind of was leaning towards the Heat on this one. I think that they went out hot, and I think they're going to come back just as hot. I mean, that's just kind of my opinion, but I didn't think that you'd be for the Pelicans on this one, Seb.
I trust BI, Brandon Ingram. That's my guy. Okay. So I trust. I mean, you get. They're a solid team. They've been a solid team. And
yeah, no, for sure.
Like I said, it's the second game of the year for both of them. Really, who knows?
Yeah.
So I actually I like Heat here, but I do like Pelicans to cover with the points. I think 6 is a big total. I think this game is very close. I think that Pelicans
do way to start Christmas.
Yeah, I mean it's two young teams, and I think without Jay Crowder, the shooting for the Heat is going to be a little worse. Albeit Jay Crowder literally just went off in the playoffs. But I like the Pelicans to play it close. I think this game's kind of a toss-up. I think there's a lot of value in plus 194 for the Pelicans. We will see, though. You got to remember that there's basically no home court advantage. So moving on to other games, Warriors are plus 7 versus the Bucks. Bucks are minus 300. I would slam the Bucks.
I'm with that. I have a feeling the line's going to go up. I just saw it somewhere like plus 8.5. That's getting a little sketch, but even then, I mean, people saw the Warriors last night. If you guys watched, they're just missing a couple pieces. Draymond's still out. It's just Steph out there, and if guys aren't hitting shots around him like they weren't last night, Oubre, Wiggins, man.
Yeah. I honestly don't feel great watching the Warriors without Clay either.
Yeah, I feel for Steph. He's still the board. He was trying, but also the Nets are great. And next game, Nets Celtics.
Quick shout out, James Wiseman, 19 points last night. We love to see that.
He had a good game. I wasn't the biggest fan of James Wiseman, but he looked good last night.
Yeah, he did look good. But yeah, like you were saying, Nets minus 1 versus Celtics. Celtics are minus 102. Nets are somewhere around minus 116. What do you guys think? First kind of toss. It's like the only – actually, I shouldn't say that. Clippers Nuggets also very close. But Nets Celtics, what do you guys think? Nets came out hot last night. KD didn't look like he missed a step. I thought maybe Coach Nash would check in last night. I don't know, in garbage time. But like Kyrie said, I mean, they don't need a coach. I think it's already.
Kyrie gave Steve Nash the game ball. Did you see that?
They did.
Yeah.
Well, I would have probably given the game ball to Kyrie's Sage. I think his Sage played a huge factor.
That's going to be big on Christmas. Is it in Brooklyn or back in Boston?
I don't know, but I would be interested to see if they can ban witchcraft. I don't. Questionable Lock does not support witchcraft or black magic for that matter. But I like Nets minus 1 here. Celtics went out hot. Jason Tatum. I mean, he is the future of the sport for the most part. I mean, he's definitely going to be a top 5 player for like the next 10 years, in my opinion. So he, do you disagree?
I was just going to say neither him nor Jaylen Brown can guard KD still. And that's Jason Tatum, obviously great, super good on the offensive end. The defensive end is where, he needs to improve if he's going to go anywhere. And like you said, I'm with the Nets on this one. Kevin Durant has been unguardable, but I think the Celtics are also a really bad or the Nets are a bad matchup for the Celtics in that the Celtics don't have the guys to. I mean, they just played in the preseason. Nets blew them out. And you could see, a lot of that coming in. Kemba's not going to be able to guard Kyrie. Obviously, they got Marcus Smart and stuff, but Celtics are a solid team. I think they're going to play very hard in the regular season too, which, we might not see from all the teams. But Nets on Christmas, KD, Kyrie, prime time. Yeah, they're going to get to cook in.
I think that it's a big showcase game for the Nets, and I think for KD, especially when you missed the last year and a half, this is going to be a big spotlight on him, and he always loves that in a sense on the court, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm leaning Nets. So we all unanimous on the Nets?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, fuck the Celtics.
Yeah. Next game, Mavs versus Lakers. This is probably the most games we have done in a single episode, but the Mavs are plus 7 versus the Lakers. Lakers are minus 300. After last night's kind of, what would the word be? Restful performance, maybe unexciting performance in a sense. What do you guys think against a team like the Mavs who went out absolutely on fire last year? Luka doing his best Luka impression. I don't even know what he looks like. Yeah, Luka is just an animal. Probably my pick for MVP this year. What do you guys think? Mavs plus 7 underdogs.
I think I'm with you on that MVP pick. Luka, the Mavs literally had the best statistical offense ever last season. So, we know they can score the ball. They're still missing Porzingis. That's going to play a big part. But plus 7, I'm kind of leaning towards. I think Luka, prime time on Christmas. Again, he's going to have a big one. Obviously, a big Lakers fan. Wouldn't be surprised if they handled the Mavericks. Just the way we looked last night was definitely what I'm going to expect for the next couple weeks at least. There's no way LeBron's going to be putting in his full effort this early. I think it's going to be a great one still, and 2 really good teams, LeBron versus Luka, obviously, but I think Mavs plus 7 is pretty good value. It might even get bet up a little bit more. Who knows? We'll see how they do tonight.
I feel like it totally will.
Yeah. So I never want to bet against the Lakers, but these games you can't really see them as like the ultra mega powerhouse they were in the playoffs, because it is not even close to the same.
Yep. Next and final game, Clippers versus Nuggets. Nuggets are +1. Clippers are -116. This is a tough one. This is a very tough game. Nuggets do match up well against the Clippers, but Clippers did look good. Lakers also, like you just said, were not the Lakers of late. They are the Lakers of early right now, and they also played like 3 weeks ago. So this is, this could be a big revenge game for the Clippers. The Nuggets, though. Nuggets are a great team.
Yeah, and I think especially this is a chance for them to prove that, there's some people saying, oh, the Clippers, it was a fluke that they blew the 3-1 lead. This is a chance for them to show they belong with these big guys.
Right.
+1, I think, might be a little too tight. I might have to lean with the Clippers on that. I think Kawhi is still pretty unguardable. In regular season, Paul George, we see what he did last night. I'd probably stay away from this one, but if I did have to choose, I would probably lean with the Clippers. If it got anywhere somehow got like +4, anything like that, I go with the Nuggets. But I'm expecting a close one. You blow 3-1 lead to any team, you get to see them second game of the year. They got to come out.
This is going to be it's going to be a good Christmas day.
I was going to say it's going to be an exciting Christmas
best
day.
Sports holiday of the year. Christmas Day basketball.
But if you want your Christmas to be good, I probably would recommend maybe not betting as much on the NBA, because these games are all kind of
just enjoy them. NBA's back.
Just enjoy them. Yeah. Get a vibe for maybe next week.
But I take
I wish that would be the case, but we're not about not betting.
Not bet.
So
I think that's it for this weekend.
I think we may have missed a couple games during our recap, but we'll get it next week.
Yeah, and I think this next week's recap is going to be hopefully we'll have some cash in our pockets by then. But
and with the NBA every day and stuff, there's going to be a lot more games, obviously. So we'll be trying to update those every day. Obviously, we do the show every couple days, twice a week, but. Twitter is coming. We're getting ready for this NBA season, gearing up for the playoffs for football and everything. So we'll have some questionable locks for you guys.
Yes, definitely keep peeping on the Twitter. These guys are going to be going off on there, and so check out their website. Obviously, don't forget. But we'll see you guys on Monday, and I'm sure you guys will be tweeting the games too, like this weekend too, if you're not too busy with Christmas. But
yeah. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy everything. Happy New Year.
Happy all of it. Happy December.
2020's over. Let's go.
Yeah.
Thank God. Wow. Okay, well, we'll see you guys next week.